The Gina and Maddie podcast.
Right now, we're joined on the line by one of our favourites here on the Gina and Maddie Breakfast Show, Gen Muir from Connected Parenting AU on Insta, author of the book Little People, Big Feelings and co-host of Beyond the Chaos podcast. Morning, Jen.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Happy Valentine's Day, Jen.
Oh, gosh, you're the first person to wish me happy Valentine's.
Oh, he's just like that, Jen. It's very charming.
Oh, so lovely.
Jen, now... the reason we got you, we normally speak to you on a Wednesday, and we got you on today because we've got an email from a listener who normally we get them and we're like, yes, someone's emailed Gina and I. And no, it's an email for you, Jen. And I was wondering if you might be able to help out Michelle who sent this in. I'll just read it to you and then I'll hand it over to you, Jen, okay?
Yep.
Hi, Jen and Maddie. Love the show. I really love it when you have your parenting expert, Jen, on, and I was hoping you might be able to ask her a question next time she's on the show. My daughter started kindy at big school this year. Now, she was always a difficult drop-off at preschool, and for some reason I thought that when it came to big school it would get easier. Now, the first 2 days of drop-off went really well, but this week has been a nightmare. Now, I'm actually living through this at the moment as well. 4 days of clinging, crying, trying to run out of the school gates and go back to the car because she wants to stay at home with me. When I pick her up in the afternoon, the teacher tells me she has had the best day. It just took her a little while to reset. And I've asked her what it is, and she says she just wants to stay home with me and wishes she was still a baby. Jen, any tips? Welcome, Michelle.
Oh, welcome, Michelle. And what a great question because, like you said, Maddie, everybody's going through this. The reality of kindy, all this build-up, we tell kids it's going to be amazing or they're just excited, but they've never experienced 5 days of the demand of what kindy's asking. And I often say it's like moving to a new country and learning a new language. It's exhausting. You can be loving it when you're there, but it's exhausting. And our kids are also only 4 or 5 or 6. And the reality is they're meant to find it hard to say goodbye to us. So the biggest thing I would say to Michelle is your kid is absolutely going so well because she is enjoying it. Your teacher's giving you that great feedback. That's what you need to hold on to as a parent. But I know I've been brought in for some tips, so we're going to race through them. The first thing is our preparation. You want to prep her the day before and really acknowledge that it is hard to say goodbye the day before. What we want to do in that prep chat, so 4 p.m. the day before school, right?
Yep,
She's had a really great day. We make sure she's fed, and then we get out a whiteboard or a piece of paper. Tomorrow is a school day. I know it can be really hard saying goodbye to mummy at the gate. What can we do tomorrow to make that a little bit easier? And she might come up with an idea. You might come up with an idea. So when my son was in kindy, exactly the same thing happened to me. And for 2 weeks, he was clinging to the inside of my van like an octopus stuck to the roof. Like it was, it's so normal.
Yeah.
And so I did exactly this. I practiced what I preached. We sat down. I said, what can we do to make it easier? And my son said, you know what? What if I took my favourite Sonic toy and I took it to the gate and then at the gate I handed that to you? And I was like, sure, if you think that will work. I didn't believe it would work. Even though I just thought, surely that's not enough.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, we carried that Sonic. He would hand it to me, to mind for him, and something about that ritual. So that's why the day before, while our child is not in fight, flight or freeze, we've got that opportunity to come up with just anything that will help ease the drop-off. So remember before, Michelle probably heard me giving those tips, but trying to build something in to the problem, but acknowledging it is hard to say bye to mummy and also I know you've got this. And what we want to encourage is small steps. How about we just get dressed? How about I just hand you to the teacher and we see how you go? We're just trying to break it down.
I love that, Jen. I love it. So, and I think the point that you make there is that it is completely normal. And I think there might be and I know with my wife as well, because I'm here doing the radio, she's doing the drop-off of the three of them, that there can be a little bit of guilt attached to it too, and that the scene of being in a playground with a whole bunch of other parents while your child is losing their mind, you feel like you're being judged as well, but you're really not. You're not.
You're not. And it's even worse when you're a parent educator and you think people are probably thinking, I thought they had it all together. And that's the reality. Like, in some ways I feel embarrassment. I think, no, it's important that people know. It doesn't matter who you are or who your child is. Actually showing that it's hard to separate from your mum or dad at age 5 is the biggest compliment our kids can give us. What they're saying is, you're my safe base. It's hard to say goodbye to you. What we have to look at as the grown-up, what's the bigger picture here? This kid is thriving. We're getting great responses from the teacher. We know she goes well. Our job is to reassure, acknowledge it's hard, but keep moving forward with that confidence. And, I want to add one more thing. I normally say don't bribe your kids.
Yeah.
Small bribes are okay when we are adjusting to school.
Yeah.
If what gets your kids through the gate is the promise of a chocolate croissant or some chips after school or like whatever gets them through, this is a short-term little reward to encourage that bravery of saying goodbye to mum, and that's an okay thing as well.
Jen Muir, friend of the show and parenting expert, Connected Parenting AU to get more of Jen and get her in your ears on Beyond the Chaos podcast as well. Jen, always a pleasure, mate. And once again, happy Valentine's Day and have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Gina and Maddie.
As we say, good morning.
Good morning, Tash.
Good morning, guys. How is everybody?
Oh, so good. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, it's Valentine's Day. I would never have known.
No flowers or cards this morning when you woke up?
No, absolutely not.
Do you not
in my
do
household.
it?
No.
You don't do it?
No, maybe for the kids.
But would you, like, if you got home and your husband had flowers and stuff for you, would you be like, oh, hello?
I'm screwing my face up because I feel like it's forced love. He's lovely every day of the year.
Oh, no, I want it. I'm not going to get it, though. I mean, not flowers.
Oh, is he listening? Because come on.
All right. Let's find out what's going on the coast this weekend.
Diamonds and stuff. Diamonds.
Yes, of course. Well, there's lots of PG action this weekend.
Not at Gina's house.
Not at Gina's house, yes. Gina, get yourself down to Terrigal Beach House this afternoon, please. It's 3:30 till 7:30. They've got a Cupid's photo booth set up with puppies from the guide dogs.
Oh, this sounds lovely.
Super cute.
Tell me more, because I got invited to this and I didn't completely know what it was about.
You just turn up to touch dogs, don't you?
You can like give the puppies a pat.
So puppy patting, yes. So it's like a Cupid's photo booth set up, so you can cuddle the doggies, super cute, get your photo done, some Labradorable selfies.
Oh,
Clever?
I like what you did there.
I like what you did
I
there.
stole it. I'm not going to lie, I stole it.
No, claim it. Claim it as your
Stole
own.
it, yes. But being Valentine's Day, there's heaps of other stuff on all throughout the coast. So community has live music in their garden this evening. Every restaurant across the Central Coast has some sort of set menu or something happening. So if you're not yet booked, there's plenty of opportunity to get out and get something. Anyone who's forgotten, you're welcome. We got the Love Lanes Festival in Wyong, one of my favourite ever.
It's great, isn't it?
It's so good, yes.
It's 8th year or something, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, back for its 8th year.
8th, yes. I was going to
Yeah.
say 10 because it's so good, but 8th. We'll go with 8th.
Our All-Stars are going to be there, putting on an activity as well near the circus stage, so make sure you pop in and say hi to the Raw Dog, who I'm sure will be there.
Yes, we're calling him that alive on air again. Okay. And yeah, it's amazing. We love it. There's music, there's food trucks, there's climbing walls, there's circus, there's all-stars, there's everything.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yes, get down there. The Amber Lane Distillery, Saturday they have one of their distillery open days. They do one once a month, but I actually didn't know about it. I've just learnt about this. So you can get down there and try barrel samples. You can talk to the whiskey makers and find out what makes them Australia's most awarded distillery. That's right here on the Central Coast. Like we've got that.
The Central Coast has some great distilleries, great beer.
Yes.
What is it about us? I mean, us. I'm not claiming the
We
gift.
like it. We like a drink.
We seem to. We make
Except
some...
Aperol, we just discovered. But
No, well, some of us don't like that.
Yeah, no.
And the Central Coast Flea Market. So this is one of the biggest flea markets across the Central Coast. I'm going to say the biggest. It's at the Breakers Basketball Stadium. It's 9 a.m. Saturday. You'll find pre-love fashion, lots of different pre-love fashion, vintage gems. It's got lots of small business stalls and food there, free face painting for the kiddos. Sorry, not free, but face painting for the kiddos and free parking and entry. All the funds raised is actually for charity as well.
That's a really good market.
Oh, you've got a little thing here for it.
I've got a little thing for it, yeah. So one of the girls here in the office is involved. But this is actually really, if you love markets, and you know I do, I love the pre-love clothes and the collectibles and things like that. It's great recycling, but you can find I found some really good designer stuff there.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Absolutely.
The
But
best of the best.
So also this Saturday they're raising funds for Woi Woi Rec Fizzy. There's a team going to the USA. The Fizzy girls, 6 to 18-year-olds, are going to get to perform at Disneyland.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so they're doing a cake stall. So yeah, head along. That does sound, that's something I would really like to go to.
A vintage gem and a cake.
Oh, yeah.
And supporting charity.
How good's a
Win.
cake store?
Yes.
I love a cake store. So good.
Well, you're so good at making cakes. I'm terrible at it. So I do
Oh, you
love
don't just go eat them. You don't have to worry about
But I
money.
have to go there to get them because I can't make them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And make sure you are following Coasties Mag on Insta as well. Keep you up to date with what is going on around the coast. And of course, on Saturday, I don't know how you left this one out. The mighty Manly Seagulls are playing at Industry Group Stadium, Tash.
Cue music.
Happy Valentine's Day, mate. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
The Gina and Maddie Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.